for Women is an international organization of female plastic surgeons that donate their time and their energy to perform surgical missions in areas where women have suffered an injury that affects their appearance or their ability to physically function. So our organization provides reconstructive surgery for those kinds of patients.
These are women who really need the assistance of not just the government, not just the hospital, but the whole world to come in and help them.
There was a need internationally to help support women who have a limited access to health care. And in some countries, for religious reasons, the women won't be treated by male surgeons, so they would be more comfortable if we would go as a female team.
So one of the messages Women for Women wants to send to these countries that we visit is that every single woman matters, every child matters.
I met Connie and Marita, the founders of our organization, at a national meeting. They had done the first trip, which was they had gone to Pakistan. They literally had gone in the back of a Jeep to a very remote area in Pakistan and done this first trip. Connie is still the person who is packing the bags with our surgical supplies.
They recognize that it really should be female surgeons. We are very grateful to them for starting this organization.
The collaboration has been great between Women for Women and Aga Khan and Muhimbili National Hospital.
Over the next few days, we'll be operating on 35 women. They've all been hand-selected by Dr. Mreme and the team here.
One of the most exciting things that's happening right now with Women for Women has been this really wonderful partnership with the Aga Khan Foundation.
Locally, we have very few plastic surgeons. Probably we have 2 plastic surgeons in the whole country. So it's a great pleasure for us to have these plastic surgeons from United States and Canada. It's great working with them, and we are learning much from them.
They have been just tremendously receptive to this collaboration, and I think it's also very much in line with their goals and values in terms of looking after women and children. And so what they do is they're able to reach out and help us identify the neediest of patients, but then bring them to the Aga Khan Hospital, which is really a state-of-the-art, fantastic surgical center. The care that we're able to provide in their hospitals is really superb. Technically, we're providing the kinds of skills that I would offer to someone if we were having surgery here in New York City.
We have never witnessed this kind of surgeries before, and after these surgeries, these patients started coming for dressings, and when they were discharged, you see the difference. It was really a miracle.
Burns happen for a number of reasons in different countries.
Many are women who sustain domestic violence.
These are women whose dignity and self-esteem has been stripped away from them, so that they've been left afflicted with scars and disabilities from the trauma that they experienced.
Some of the injuries in India is actually is domestic violence, and so actually an assault and a woman being lit on fire. In Africa, where we work, it does tend to be a lot of also kitchen fires or just fires that happen in a home for a variety of reasons, often related to stoves and gas. So if a woman has a burn or a child has a burn, if that burn is not treated, then what happens is as it's healing, at the joints, wherever the body will bend to allow the scar to contract, it gets stuck that way. So an example would be this little girl that we looked after in Dar es Salaam who came in at the age of 6 with a burn where her elbow was like this.
She was at home and Mom had to go out, and there was an open fire, like a kitchen fire, and then and so she fell into the fire. She had a blanket on, and so she ran to the neighbors with her blanket, and the blanket was on fire, but the neighbors put water on the blanket, and so but she was left with these burns.
It looked like a wing, really. Sweet, sweet little thing. And our surgery, which will take an hour, allows us to open up her elbow so that for the rest of her life, she's able to extend her arm.
It's completely why we do these trips.
Whatever work we are doing here has an impact on the society at large. Children who couldn't open up their fists, couldn't open up their elbows to write, to pick up a spoon and eat, can now feed themselves. That independence, so that's what we have been able to give them back.
Every patient that we operate on has a story. But they'll come and they'll bring a photo, their wedding photo, and how beautiful they were on their wedding day. And it's because they want me to know them as them. before the injury. We can never make them exactly that person again, but we can give them hope, which is in itself an incredibly important thing.
Many come back when we go on another mission to talk to us and show the result and that they are happy and they can actually go back to their normal lives.
So I can think particularly of one young woman, Priska.
She was burnt when she was 3 years old by her stepmother.
She came in a flex position at her waist level. So this is the much she could do whenever she was walking. That means she couldn't do any housework because she couldn't bend any further and couldn't start in an erect position.
She just grew up with these severe contractures everywhere.
I operated on her about a year ago. It was extensive surgery to really allow her for the first time to actually stand up straight.
By the time we had finished her surgery and she recuperated, she could actually stand up.
Now she can do everything.
I just saw Priska, she looks so good.
Yeah.
She looks so good, yeah.
She's
good.
Can
She
I
looks,
see
yeah.
her?
Come take a look at it.
That one surgery, and what a different young woman.
Nilikuwa natembea kwa kuinama lakini sasa hivi natembea kwa kuinuka kwa sababu watu ambao walikuwa wameniona mwanzo sasa hivi wananishangaa, wanahisi kama sio ni mimi.
So has this 11 months impacted her life? Yes, it has. That woman can do a lot more than she was able to do.
I'm planning to keep on doing missions forever until I don't operate anymore. And then I'll carry the bandages.
I think the potential for us to reach more women and also from an educational perspective to teach more local physicians is tremendous.
In the countries that we visit, we have been very fortunate to partner with a lot of female doctors. Our preference would be to help train young doctors, so doctors who are in their residencies, and to the extent that we can partner with doctors in training or even medical students, we do.
Yes, I think we are bringing hope and encouragement, and actually when you meet them the next time after the surgery, you can see that their lives have changed.
You help a woman, you help her children, you help her family, you help her aging parents, because we know that women, when they are functioning well in their society, that lifts everybody up.
My vision for women is that we won't need it anymore, but if I'm more practical, I would hope that we could get lots of female surgeons all over the world to continue to be interested in doing this work, and I guess spread the word and offer women and children hope.
I think a lot of it is about giving women back their dignity, to give them some self-confidence again, to feel that they have a right to be there, that they're important, and that their injury didn't strip that away from them. That's a big part of what these surgical camps are about.
Asante.